Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on tight. You're in for one crazy, epically cool, and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Kevin Stenike and Austin Stenike with us. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yep.
So before I before I kick things off, I want to wish a happy birthday out to you, Kevin, yesterday. Happy birthday to you, Kevin.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Nothing like being another year older.
Oh, yes, I hear you. So Kevin and Austin, how did your guys' racing careers begin? How did you get into the world of racing?
My dad started when he was very young, and when my dad helped me get into more racing. When I was 4.5, I started quarter midgets, and I've been racing for 4 years now, and I've been getting way better.
Okay, very cool. So how did you get into racing, Kevin?
You know, my dad raced back in the 60s, and he actually got out of it when my sister and I came along. And my mom took me to the track when I was 4 years old. I think that was probably 1978. And, you know, man, after that, every weekend I asked to go to the track. And as I grew up, we started getting more and more involved. My dad kind of got back into it. And that was all back in Ohio. I grew up right outside of Cleveland. And so we raced asphalt tracks with a team all over the state of Ohio into Pennsylvania and Michigan. And when I was in high school, we moved to Colorado. I got out of it for a while, and then got out of high school and started working at a company, and a lot of the customers and stuff raced and said, "Why, hey, you used to do that. Why don't you come out to the track?" And you know, that was probably 30 years ago now. So I decided to start my own team, Rocky Mountain Motorsports, in 2006. It's been 17 years, and got into super late model racing in about 2012 and been doing that ever since. And I said, when Austin came along, it was kind of a, hey, I don't know if we gave him the choice, but we said, you're getting in a car, you're going to either, you know, see if you like it or not. And man, that seems like a long time ago, but you know, went through that 4 years of quarter midgets. Probably still do a little bit of quarter midget racing, but and I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. We're actually in a Rib City Grill in Rifle, Colorado, on our way to Las Vegas. He races a Bandolero tomorrow, so we got about 8 hours tonight to go driving, and we'll be practicing tomorrow. So.
That is totally fine. That is totally fine. Austin, I want to wish you a happy belated birthday too. Back in September, you had a birthday. I want to wish you a late happy birthday too. Okay.
Thank you.
So, Austin, with your racing career, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
I've had a lot. So at my home track in quarter midgets, I've got 4 championships in a row and tons of wins.
Very cool, Austin. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, congratulations to your drivers this year, Nicholas Cooper and all your racing teams, your other race car driver, because I'll tell you what, you guys have done some pretty phenomenal things in racing this year too.
Yeah, definitely. Nick just wrapped up this weekend at the SRL series at Kern County in Bakersfield, and came home 4th in points, missed Rookie of the Year by 1 spot, but you know, we're looking to kind of build that program and do more things. And you know, we had Zach Morris in a super late model that his dad Rick owns, and helped them with that program and fielded that car. And he went Rookie of the Year and went, I think, 5th in points this year at Colorado National Speedway. So it's been a busy year. We put 30, actually this will mark the 38 out of the last 40 weekends we're at a track. So we get a little break after this, going to go on vacation, and we're really looking forward to that. So it's been a long summer.
So Austin, let's talk a little bit about now. The 28th of June, you were at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What was that adventure like for you to go to Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
So my first time, I was going for a national championship. So the first time we went to Indy, we had to go or we were out of points. So we went, and I got to the B main of my junior animal and C in Honda. And I didn't make my white 160 by a mile. I got to like the D main, didn't make it. In my C main, my Honda, I didn't make it. And in my junior animal, I could have hit it to the A main. They decided to put it unlocked. I meant on a ratchet, not locked.
Okay,
Yeah, we missed
so
it by one.
Austin, missed it by one. So Austin, the 24th of June, I was reading on your stats, you had quick time and you picked up 3 wins in your quarter midgets. So was that a pretty awesome weekend for you to pick up 3 wins and 3 quick times that weekend?
It was very fun.
Okay.
We had actually ran 3 cars, I think, about 10 weekends before that, and could never pick up all 3 wins. And so, that was kind of something we want to do, is go to the track and clean sweep, and managed to get it that weekend.
Okay. So, Kevin, let's talk a little bit about your drivers now. Nicholas Cooper, you said is a rookie driver. How did Cade Fox come into racing?
So Cade was actually a little bit older, and got into quarter midget racing. His grandfather and dad could probably get all the stats a little bit better than I did, but I think he started about 3 years ago in quarter midget racing in the senior division, and went up a couple of years, ran a couple of years, and really picked it up, did a heck of a job. And then Brian and I kind of met, and Brian wanted to do some of the big car stuff with the super late models. And it just so worked out that we could kind of do some horse trading, I guess, in a way. And Rick Morris, Zach's father, had a legend car. So they worked out a little bit of trade for labor and things like that to work on the big car. And Cade had the opportunity to get on legend this year. And so I believe he ran all 30 races in the Rocky Mountain Legend Racing Association. I'm not clear if he won the Rookie of the Year yet. There's some rule things they're looking at, but was a very impressive rookie there. And he's actually going to be out there at the Bull Ring this weekend too in Las Vegas running the Nationals. So I think he's got a great shot in the Young Lions division. And I know he is super excited about running those races.
So, Austin, let's go back now and talk to you. May 5th and 6th, you were at Kansas Speedway, the calm before the storm. So, okay, let's talk about that. You got 2 cars locked into the A mains right away. So, what was that experience like for you racing at Kansas Speedway?
Remember, Kansas was the rainy one right at the beginning of the year?
Raining?
It was rainy on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
The white wall.
Oh, yeah. So, in the one car, I didn't make it.
The 160, but talk about the junior animal and junior Honda.
My junior Honda, I made it to the A main. It was really hard work, but I made it, and we had a lot of fun.
Okay. So, Austin, okay, let's talk about your racing career now. Where did your race car number come from?
14 comes from my date of birth because I was born in 2014.
Okay. So, Kevin, where did you guys' race car numbers come from for your teams that you run?
Nick kind of brought the 05 to Rocky Mountain Motorsports. Not sure how Zach arrived at the 89 number. I'd have to ask him. Probably our traditional team number has been 74, which was the year I was born. And so that's kind of how that happened. And we kind of carried that along with Austin. But typically as drivers come through the program and, we'll carry their number with them for the most part. So if I ever fielded a different car, then maybe if I jumped in one of my old cars or something, then I probably carry the number 74. So.
Okay. So Austin, okay, going back to you, February 10th, you were involved in some motocross action. What was that like for you?
So the first time we went to motocross, me and my dad watched it, and I'm like, I want to do motocross, so I think I can beat them, but I couldn't. So we went to motocross, and I was not doing so good on the whoops mostly. And we had a lot of fun there. And then it was hard work. but it was really, really fun.
And to
Okay.
be fair,
So,
we took him there and had a bad rear shock on the bike. Didn't realize it until we got there. So we're
boy,
kind
boy.
of not hard on him, but like, hey, you got to get through the whoops a little bit better. And then one of the guys walked over and said, you know, the shock on that bike's not good. And we're like, oh, and we couldn't get it fixed for the A main, so he just kind of had to struggle through it. So it was one of those just
Okay.
fun things to try, but he realized and gained a ton more respect for all those kids that ride that arena cross and motocross. That's a serious sport. There's no doubt about it.
So Austin, go ahead.
My only scare on them is the starts.
Okay. So Austin, how much success have you had in your racing career?
I've had a ton. In quarter midgets, I don't know how much wins I've got, but I've got a ton. And I've got 4 nationals. Not nationals, local championships, 2 front range championships, and in go-karts, I was rookie of the year.
Very cool. Very cool. So Austin, what is your 5-year plan with racing? Where do you want to be at in 5 years with your racing career?
5 years?
Yes.
In 5 years, I probably want to be in trucks.
Okay. How about in 10 years, Austin?
Probably supers.
Okay. So, Kevin, with your racing teams, where do you want to see your drivers at in 5 years with their racing career?
He seems to be pretty adamant about that pro truck deal. We'll see how that happens, but I think time will tell. Like success on the track, we take a stance with him that for his development to get him in every type of different vehicle we can and really build that skill set. So we feel like we can put him, when he turns 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, as he gets to that age, we feel like we can put him in almost any car and have success. So I wouldn't rule out a junior late model program here. And as scary as it sounds, just a couple years, maybe 2-3 years, and then progress up there. Maybe we end up back on the East Coast doing some, late model stock stuff or even super late models. So his trajectory will be determined, and we'll make that assessment as we kind of move year to year. But so far he's done a really great job, and so we're really happy about where he's headed to.
So Kevin, when you were racing, how much success did you have as a race car driver?
Not much. I did a little bit of driving back in Ohio, and really never drove all that a whole lot. Kind of moved out, got out of it, played football, basketball, played a lot of other sports. My wife, I believe, for my 30th birthday, got me a go-kart, and so between all the other racing, we go to the go-kart track and compete with that a little bit. And I just I get probably more joy working on the cars and helping drivers come through and be more successful. And so that's kind of been the path I've taken. And so one thing that's nice is we do have a lot of drivers that are here to help Austin and coach him along and kind of teach him the way. And I've got a lot of knowledge in the sport of over 40 years. So we really fill that gap with the whole stable of drivers we have.
So Austin, who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
I don't have any sponsors, really. My parents just help me out, my friends, my team. Lots of them.
Are you looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if there's going to be anybody out here watching this racing show with me and Austin and Kevin Stenike, reach out to them, because Austin would be appreciative and would love to have sponsors on his race cars to get further into his racing career.
If you sponsor me, sponsor Nick and Zach.
Okay. Austin, what is your home racetrack you race on?
Home?
The RMQ.
Yeah, your home.
My quarter midget home track is RMQMA. My go-kart is Colorado Karting Tour, and my bando home track is CNS.
Colorado National Speedway.
Yeah.
Okay. So Austin, with your racing career, when you're getting ready to go out on the racetrack, what helps keep you focused and go out there and do what you do?
What? I can't
Sorry,
hear you.
say it
It's
again.
so loud out here.
When you get ready to go out on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out there and do what you do?
When I go out to the racetrack, I just want some quiet time so I can think about what I'm gonna do and stuff.
Okay. So Austin, do you have a racing nickname?
No.
Some of
That's one
the
thing we gotta-
go-kart guys in the under the tent gave him a little bit of a nickname. Well, you want to tell them what it is?
I don't know.
It's Spanky.
That's something club for
That was actually Nicker.
Oh, that was actually Nicker. Sorry, that was a quarter midget thing. So, but we haven't coined anything as of yet.
So Austin, I have a racing nickname. You know what mine is?
No.
I am the Full Throttle rock star.
What do you think of that, buddy?
No, I'm not gonna be that. I am not. I'm not copying off of anybody.
So Austin, so who is your favorite race car driver? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
My favorite is probably Dale Earnhardt or Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Very cool. Have you ever met Dale Earnhardt Jr. at all?
No.
Oh. I'll tell you what, Austin, when I call you and thank you in a little bit, I have a really cool story I got to share with you. So when I call you in a little bit, okay, but Austin, okay, going to your racing career, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
My favorite thing is burgers.
Burgers. Okay. When you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. And when you're at home, Austin, what's your favorite home cooked meal that your mom and dad make for you?
Mac and cheese.
Okay. So Austin, when you're away from the racetrack, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
I mostly play with friends, sometimes on video games, like on long car rides like this. We're going to Vegas.
Yeah, they did go up.
What sports do you play?
And sometimes I play basketball, baseball, and football. I have
Okay.
playoffs on Sunday. I might make it because of Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kevin, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Play with me.
Yeah. We try to squeeze in as much family time as I can. Obviously, with this summer we ran with 9 race cars out of the shop. So with a full-time job and 9 cars, there's not a lot of time downtime. So typically we're 8-hour work days at least, and then 8 hours in the shop. So if I get a little downtime, I like to hang out with him and do something other than racing. So anything.
So Kevin, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
I'm sorry.
When you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
Oh, I'll tell you, when we're on the road, even at home, Nick's wife, Stephanie, my wife, Melissa, and a few others on the race team really chip in and have taken the food and the menu to a whole nother level. So I'm a big crock pot spaghetti guy. And so I got to give a shout out to them because, man, we eat like kings on the road and even at the local shows. Man, everybody does a great job. And so crock pot spaghetti, if they say, hey, what do you want to eat on at the track? That's going to be my first choice. So.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant to go to then, Kevin?
Oh man.
That's one for him.
So we obviously eat out a lot because we're always working on the cars, and my wife is diving in full time. Usually she's elbow deep in grease doing wheel bearing stuff like that. So there's a little restaurant in Denver called Lechuga's. It has probably been there for 70 years, and their pizza and their little hot devils are my favorite. So I always stop by when I drive through Denver.
Wait,
Okay.
I need to. My favorite restaurant is actually Cinzetti's.
He is a big Cinzetti's fan in North Denver.
Okay. So Austin, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
One of my friends is Aspen Lang. A shout out for them. They have a towing company named Lee's Towing. So
Okay.
and Maddie Lang, Bree Lang, no, Bree Bruce, Wyatt Dent,
That's some of your quarter midget friends.
some quarter midget friends. Well, another one at the Bando track is Cade Fox. Another one at the quarter midget track one is Adriel, Adriel Vargas, and Maddie Sipe, Connor Quagg, Cruz Triz, he's a Southern Clum. What's his name? Memory Ashcraft, Lila Ashcraft.
I don't think he needed them all, but good shout out.
Xavier Wicker.
Okay.
Tyler
Okay.
and Ryan Quintrell.
Okay.
Okay, that's
So,
it.
so Austin. Okay. Another question for you, Austin, is who works on your race car? Who else work on your race car?
Honestly, I do some of it, but his mom is a big help, and I'll tell you, all the guys on Rocky Mountain Motorsports, anytime I ask, they'll jump in on his Bandolero quarter midgets. I always get help from that. So, yeah. So though it's a whole team effort. There's no doubt about it.
She helps too.
Okay.
I had to pick up.
So Austin and Kevin, do you have any big racing events that you're getting ready to compete in?
Yeah. This Vegas one, I guess.
Yeah, this is his first kind of out of town. I mean, he goes out to Nebraska a little bit and up to Cheyenne, Wyoming to run the Bandolero, but this is probably his biggest Bandolero race to date. And we're really just getting started in that division. And next year, we're going to shift focus and run a lot of the Bandoleros. He's really going to get serious about the karting deal. So, we're still putting together next year's schedule, but for us, this is our last race of the season. And, we're looking forward to the holidays and getting ready for 2024. So our schedule's still to be determined for next year, but we'll definitely have some big races. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. So your karting stuff, do you race dirt go-kart then too, Austin?
No, I race cement.
Yeah.
Oh,
road course.
We got to get you in a dirt go-kart and bring you out here to some dirt track events.
I want to.
He's run his quarter midget a couple times on the dirt.
I love dirt in my quarter midgets. It's so fun. You just drift around the track.
Because out here where I'm at, Austin, we have 60 plus dirt. Out here where I'm at, Austin, we have 60 plus dirt tracks out here.
60.
Yes.
You'd probably race every day of the week if you
So Austin and Kevin, good luck to you guys at Vegas. It's going to be awesome to see how you guys do out there. I'm looking forward to seeing what your success rate's going to be this weekend coming up. It's going to be pretty cool to see you guys out there racing that. Also, Austin and Kevin, I'm going to do something kind of cool. I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys. You guys can ask me some questions if you want now.
What would you like to do? You want to thank some people?
I have to thank the Jeremy Wang and Tiffany Wang, Scott Dent, and Brian Fox. The Wangs, they bought me a new motor.
They didn't buy you, but they let you buy their motor that they set aside.
So I could do better in my Bando than this old crappy motor as old as me. So.
Yeah, do you have any questions you want to ask me? You can ask me some questions.
Have you ever raced a car?
I have raced a go-kart at an amusement park. That's about as far as it's gone.
You should race them sometime.
What? Have you raced anything but a go-kart?
Nope, I can honestly say no, I have not.
Maybe we should meet on an island.
Well, thank you for having me on the call.
Not a problem. Thank you guys, Kevin and Austin. Do you guys have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you guys on?
Instagram is Austin Stenike 14 and Facebook is Rocky Mountain Motorsports.
So, ladies and gentlemen, go hit up Rocky Mountain Motorsports and Austin Stenike 14. Austin Stenike 14 is on Instagram, and Rocky Mountain Motorsports is on Facebook. Go hit up those pages because these guys would appreciate the fans and the follows on both pages there. So, Austin and Kevin, I will have you guys step out. I will do a little racing news update, and I will call and thank you guys in person here shortly, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Thanks.
You too.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You can end right there, dude. Just end. I go when you.
So that was Austin and Kevin Steineke. Definitely very awesome racing team and racing family. Go follow their pages on Facebook and Instagram. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give a little racing news update for you there. Switching things up again. Let's go into the racing news update section here of things. I have got some racing news here for you. Let me see here. Where are we at for racing wise? I'm gonna get there here shortly, everybody. I thought I had some racing news in there. Other racing news. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, definitely go hit up those racing pages up. Also, racing news wise, congratulations goes out to Natalie Decker. She's going to be driving the 07 Wawa Pizza car in the Xfinity Series this weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. So good luck to her on that adventure. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank our sponsors, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company. Go hit up dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. They have some pretty awesome stuff out there, ladies and gentlemen. They have the 8D of Doug Wolfgang that he drove in 1989 and won the 1989 Knoxville Nationals in 164 scale. That's the white 8D car. Then they have the orange 8 car of Doug that Doug Wolfgang drove in 1990 in 164 scale. But then they also have the 29 Weikert Livestock car that Doug Wolfgang drove in 1985 and won the Knoxville Nationals in 164 scale also. But then there's also the 47. They also have the 47 of Danny the Dude Lasowski, Casey's General Store, Gil Sonner race car that he drove in 1994 in 164. And then also they have the one Nance Sammy Swindell sprint car that he drove in 1982 in the World of Outlaw Series in 164 scale also. But go hit up dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Brody Manning and Manning Motorsports for being a part of this racing show. And also, I would like to thank New England Hemophilia Association and Walking with Waylon. But if there's anybody out there that would like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text us at 712-209-7138. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Continue living life at full throttle.